we have some Evangelion news.
Yeah, it's depressing, but fundamentally doesn't change anything. Studio Gainax is dead officially. It has been spiritually dead for quite a while.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, maybe you don't know a ton about Evangelion, Gainax is what is the studio that produced Evangelion. Been mostly parted out over the years, like when Anno left and created Studio Khara to make the rebuilds and the movies and whatnot. He took a lot of shit with him. A lot of other shit, like Studio Trigger, I believe, also parted it out years ago. Gainax pretty much only existed in its current form to apparently, allegedly, commit embezzlement in various forms.
Yeah, like a lot of times that happens with these production companies when they're not actively producing anything. They're kind of just like licensing holding houses. So like Anno owns, as far as I know, all of the like copyright and stuff and the licensing for Evangelion, and he has for a while, as far as I know.
As far back as 2007 when he started the Eva rebuilds at minimum, which were 20 years ago when the rebuilds started being made.
Yeah, hence why I was really annoyed recently when I saw that Hybe were selling off all of their Evangelion themed MP3 players, and I did get a chance to buy one. So if someone has one, do you want to send me one? It's a Hybe or 4.
Someone out there's got to listen. Someone's out there has to have one.
Yeah, I'm sure there is someone who works in the Hybe factory in China is a big fan of Lines Led by Robots. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see that Gainax is gone. Like, you know, Gurren Lagann, Gunbuster, Fooly Cooly, Evangelion.
The original Fooly Cooly, the new ones.
Yes.
Like, now, mind you, if the new ones were made by Gainax, they would still suck for reasons that we will get into when we watch Fooly Cooly. But, you know, they've been around for 42 years. They are, I mean, they're the foundation of obviously both of our childhoods. It sucks to watch them die. And what sucks even worse is Anno seemed really, really, really sad about how it died. Like he made certain statements about being disappointed about what some people did, obviously couching his language in non-legally actionable terms for what was going on behind the scenes. Yeah, it really sucks. Really, really sucks.
Yeah, it just seemed like, you know, they released Evangelion and everyone made billions of yen. And it was like, okay, how do we commit fraud with all this money? Because that is what literally happened after Evangelion got released.
Yeah, and they had to have gotten some cut of the profits from the rebuilds. There's no way Anno walked away with 100% of everything. All gone, sent to the realm of wind and ghosts.
But speaking of Evangelion, let's talk about Evangelion. We are in the psychoanalytic back portion of Evangelion. As I was saying to Joe before we started recording, I was like, we're getting into probably the densest episodes in the entire run, where there's like,
definitely,
there's a whole lot of talking, there's an exposition episode, and we're getting... you can tell they're running out of budget. Shit is getting a bit fucked.
God, these are not only the densest episodes, they kind of have to be, because their budget is running paper thin at this point.
They have the least amount of animation.
A lot of single shot scenes, a lot of reused stuff. More reused stuff than in the literal recap episode that we had. What was it? Episode 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
It definitely running that budget low, real low. Oh, and there's also another thing we have to point out. These episodes will be slightly different depending on which version you're watching. And I'm not talking about the Netflix or the original one. They also have the Platinum Edition, which is the director's cut. It has a commentary and stuff back when that was a thing on DVDs. And there are extra scenes on there that could differ from what you're watching. So there is 3 different minimum versions of this at play. I did not watch the Platinum version. I watched it on Netflix. I don't know if the version on Netflix is the Platinum version. I don't think it is.
I doubt it.
I really, really don't think it is. Because I actually had the Platinum DVDs years ago when I was living in the barracks. And as is tradition in the barracks, my roommate stole them when he moved out. Before I got to finish them. The only thing I was left with was Death and Rebirth, which Yeah, we'll talk about Death and Rebirth in depth when we get there, but I will say it has a very funny commentary on it because nobody in the production staff gives a fuck about actually commenting on the movie.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's almost like us doing commentary on stuff in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, we open up episode 19 where Shinji is being court-martialed.
Yeah, kind of, because it opens with him refusing to get out of the Eva after what happened with Toji. And he even says like, oh, I still have enough power, because he only has like 45 seconds left of power, a minute, something like that. Like, that's enough time to destroy Nerve headquarters.
Yep.
I like, do it. Fucking do it. Kill your father, Shinji. But instead he doesn't, and he gets court-martialed by Nerve.
I love this, like, you know, because I think a weaker show would be like, oh, essentially he's put in like, you know, a kind of schoolyard detention type thing. No, they straight up court martial his ass, and it's like, oh, they are not children, they are weapons. You know,
yes.
They are soldiers. Like, this is as clear as day, and like, you know, Gendo like reprimanding him for it, and Shinji's just like, just fucking send me away. I don't want to do this anymore.
And that goes back into the realization that you broke my mind with in our last episode. Maybe it's because I noticed, but maybe it's also because it's obviously more stark in this episode that this city is fake.
Yep.
Because, you know, says he's never going to pilot an Eva again. Like, all right, well, you have to fucking leave. And as soon as that order is given, he's sent back home to pack his stuff. He gets on the phone. His phone call's immediately cut off.
Yeah.
And then Misato takes him to the train station. City is empty. The train station is empty. The only train coming is for Shinji to leave.
Yep. Now, there is some scenes in some subsequent episodes of like people in the background, like when Shinji is like later in this episode, when we'll get to it. There is other people around, but like, I am very much of the belief that Tokyo 3 is just fake.
I think the nearest comparison would be like a Soviet closed city.
Yep.
Like, all the people that live and work there are Nerve employees. And as soon as you're not, or, you know, a child who could become a Nerve employee, as finally established clearly in these 3 episodes. If you're not in one of those categories, you're not there. You're somewhere else. Where those places are and why they're also not being attacked by angels, we don't really know. Though it's kind of implied later that the angels are very specifically targeting Adam and not humanity necessarily. And Adam is in Nerve's basement.
Yeah, it is like a Potemkin village, ostensibly. But yeah, so Shinji is court-martialed after he wakes up in the hospital beside Toji, and he's like, what the fuck's going on? He has like a dream about Asuka and Rei, and he leaves, and what happens when Shinji runs away? As always, an angel attacks.
Yep, we do get an angel attack, and we do get a little 5-second peek at some of the injuries that Toji had. If you're really paying attention, it shows him talking to the class president, who obviously they have a thing for each other. And you get a split-second look of Toji laying in bed, and he's very clearly missing a leg at minimum. So that sucks.
Also, it's worth pointing out as well, there's a line when Misato drops him off to the train station where she's like, I won't change your password. I won't you know, throw your stuff away. And he's like, I'm just not going to pilot an Ava anymore.
Yep. And then it turns out the Ava also says, well, if Shinji's not piloting me, neither is anybody else.
Yeah. So they try and use Rei. They try and use the dummy plug. Both rejected. It's kind of inconclusive about like whether Rei is like choosing not to pilot it, or it's just like it won't work.
I think it could be a mixture of the two. Because obviously up until now, Rei's never had an issue synchronizing with anything.
Yeah.
But as she's grown as a character, she's not the Rei that Gendo created, effectively, for lack of a better term. Like, she's becoming a person. So she's having more mental conflicts as she bonds with Shinji, as she bonds with everyone who isn't Gendo. I also think that the Ava is refusing it to some point. As we find out, the Ava obviously really wants Shinji.
We will get there, Joe, in the next episode. So they decide, it's like, okay, well, Asuka and Rei will have to defeat the Ava or the Angel. The problem is Rei is missing an arm.
Yes, the Ava is missing an arm. The Angel then rips off Asuka's Ava's arms, really craving arms.